My client feels that the situation could be resolved if you give the money back.
Yes, but it's the receipt, see? And we have to fill it up, time and place, sign and everything.
My client feels that possibly you could rob him of, let us say, 5 copper pieces.
No, I don't.
That represents 2 copper pieces as the going rate, plus expenses of 3 copper pieces for time, call-out fees.
Wear and tear on the car.
Exactly.
Very fair, very fair. And how about something for the weekend, sir? We got a special on GBH this season, practically painless.
Hardly breaks the skin. Plus, you get a choice of limb.
Thank you. No.
Oh, well. Right you are, then. No problem.
Which merely leaves the question of my legal fees. $3 silver and 18 copper pieces in profit.
That was amazing. I mean, the way they volunteered to go home and get some more money as well. And the youngest one started to cry. Amazing. Well, I'm very grateful. I'd really like to show you my gratitude. Tell you what, let me treat you to a drink. It's the least I can do. After you.
No, after you.
No. No. Trick of the light. I reckon, right? I reckon I could do with another drink. My shout this time. My squeak. Ow! It's all right. He don't mean it. Don't know many dwarfs. Yeah? Bit shorter than where I come from.
I think you ought to try and be a bit less funny. Otherwise, you'd be amusing the demons in the dungeon dimension.
Yeah, I know you. You got a cosmetics mill down Opfa Street. I bought a load of grease paint off you last week.
Shush! Shut up!
It's very good stuff. Especially your number 19, corpse green. My father swears by it.
Here, you know the theatre.
There's us. Strolling players. Standing still players now. Sliding down players.
I went last week. Oh, was that good? There was this girl and this fellow, but he was married. And there was this other fellow, and they said he died, and she pined away and took poison. But then it turned out that this man was the other man, really. And everyone died at the end. It was very tragic. I cried all the way home.
Here, you two at the theatre?
That's right.
Then I've come 500 miles to find you.
Where did you say he'd come from?
The Ramtops. Some little kingdom no one's ever heard of. Lanka. Sounds like a chest infection.
That's where I was born, when you did a tour of the mountains.
Tom John. Lad dear, it's a long, long way.
I could take some of the younger lads. We could be back by Soul Cake Day in time for a grand opening.
I've got to write the damn thing first. There's more where that came from if you do. Another 100 silver pieces, her ladyship said.
It sounds interesting. Wicked king ruling with the help of evil witches. Storms, ghastly forests, true heir to the throne in life or death struggle, flash of dagger, screams, alarms, evil king dies. Good triumphs, bells ring out.
Oh, but my dear boy, are you sure you really want to do it? Well, on the other hand, what harm could it do? The play's the thing. And I do have some debts.
Crucifix.
He's the one that has people's limbs torn off.
How much do you owe him?
An arm and a leg. So, You got the money.
How much does he owe you?
Let's see now. 100 silver pieces.
100? I only borrowed it.
And then there's the interest. Shall we say another 100? After all, you wouldn't want anything to happen to your theater. Not to mention, I'm not a vindictive troll. I'll give you 2 months. Should be enough time to get there and back.
How could you have been so stupid?
I did it for you two. You deserve a better stage, a proper home. It's no life out on the road giving 2 performances to a bunch of farmers who throw potatoes at the stage. I said blow the cost. I just wanted you to have...
All right. Looks like I'll have to write it.
And I'll act it.
Thank you both.
He's on his way. In a cart. Fiery white charger would have been favourite.
Has he got a magic sword? We could make him one out of a thunderbolt iron. I've got a spell for that. You take some thunderbolt iron, and then you make a sword out of it.
You're a disgrace, the pair of you. Magic chargers, fiery swords. I can't be having with that old stuff. It's a long road. There's many a slip twixt dress and drawers. There could be bandits. We shall watch over him.
That's not right. He ought to be able to fight his own battles.
We don't want him to go wasting his strength. We want him good and fresh for when he gets here.
And then we'll leave him to fight his battles in his own way.
Provided he looks like winning.
First witch.
He's late.
Pause. Second witch.
He said he would come.
Pause. Third witch.
This is me last note. I saved it for him and he hasn't come.
Pause.
I think you ought to slow it down a bit. No one said it had to sparkle.
But it could, you know, if I could just get it right.
I think we're lost.
Well, now, what have we here?
We've got a receipt somewhere.
They don't look like guild thieves. They look like freelancers to me. Could I just say something?
You're going to beg for mercy, right?
That's right. The point I'd like to make is that the worth of man lies not in feats of arms, or the fire...
Pass me that milk jug, Margaret.
That was a present from my aunt.
Become a man. This jewel of jewels. This crown of crowns.
Is that it?
Well, yes.
It was a good speech, but I don't see what it's got to do with me. Hand over your valuables.
I don't think he was very impressed with my performance.
A born critic.
You can't get jugs like that anymore. I mean, if you said what was on your mind, there was a flat iron on the shelf. A week ago, she said she wouldn't interfere.
A week's a long time in thaumaturgics. 18 years, for one thing. They're wandering all over the place. And they may be good at the theatre, but they've got something to learn about travelling.